Thank you everybody for coming. We have one more speaker, the organizer, the main person of this, the smart and amazing person that is planning this, Isabel Garcia.
I'm so sorry about the rain, you guys. Oh shoot, sorry. I'll try and make this quick. Over here.
Make some noise!
The first memory I have of a school shooting was when I was in the 6th grade, when I heard about Sandy Hook. I was riding in the backseat of my grandparents' car coming from home. They told me not to look at the news. Of course, my curiosity piqued, and when I got home, I went on my phone. I read news articles after news articles, watched video after video, and what I saw is something that will stay with me for the rest of my life. 27 people had died, 20 children, innocent children, kindergartners and 1st graders, kids the same age as my little sister had been unjustly murdered. 20. And I cried. I couldn't understand why. I couldn't fathom how someone could do such a thing. Little did I know that this would not be the last. These school shootings have been going on since the beginning of my life, but Sandy Hook was the first time I fully understand what had happened. Thank you for coming today and taking part in this historical event. I would like to thank those who have helped us plan this march, whether that be through donations, assistance, or words of encouragement. Without you, we would not have been able to make this possible. Today is a day that will go down in history. Today, across the nation, millions of mothers, fathers, grandparents, students, and teachers are marching alongside one another in their local communities. 844 marches are happening nationwide. And the reason? Our lives. My life began in 2001, 2 years after the Columbine shooting. Since then, 187,000 students have been exposed to gun violence. Gun violence in the United States is like no other, so much that it has become almost normal to look on the news and see another shooting. So normal that unless more than a handful of people die, it gets any real news. So normal that when it happens, people say again, express their thoughts and prayers, and move on. Well, not anymore. The leadership of the Parkland students have inspired millions of young people across the country to say enough. We are the generation that has grown up doing active shooter drills, and we are tired of it. Enough. We are the generation that goes to school each day hoping that a shooting doesn't happen at our school. Enough. We are the generation that watches live videos and social media posts of shootings that happen. Enough. We are the generation that watches all our politicians introduce bills to regulate practically everything that poses a threat to public safety except guns. Enough. In 2017, our very own Jeff Denham sponsored a bill, H.R. 1818, called the Big Cat Public Safety Act. This bill was proposed to prohibit any person from breeding or possessing prohibited wildlife species such as lions, tigers, leopards, cheetahs, jaguars, or cougars. Really? Who feels unsafe because their neighborhood has a cheetah? I'll tell you who. No one. Our representative can stand behind regulating our ability to have a cheetah, but he does nothing to support the regulation of guns that kill more people in this country than neighborhood deaths. Enough. So when people say that now is the time to talk about gun control, so when people say that now is not the time to talk about gun control, I say the time is now. Now is the time to pre-register. Now is the time to raise your voice. And whether or not the Capitol will want to listen, they will hear it. They will hear our chants. They will see our signs, because now they see us, and will continue to see us until we see change. Until I can go into a movie theater and not have to worry about my life ending. Until I can walk down the street at night and not worry about somebody driving by and shooting me. Until I can go to school and pursue my right to get an education and not flinch every time I hear a loud noise. To not worry that saying goodbye to my parents in the morning before school could be my last. To not worry that my life and the life of my peers will be cut short by the sound of a bullet. The time is now. The time for gun control is now. The time for everyone to care about mental health is now. The time to vote is now. Elections are this November, and if you haven't registered or pre-registered to vote, we have tables outside where you can. Now is the time for action. Students, we are the future of this country, and we must safeguard our future. Thank you.